friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about my month 16, and it was not great. Yeah, it was not great. So I have some leftover iced coffee and we need to go talk. So February was my month 16 on this journey. And when I tell you that February was one of the hardest months in the last 16 months, I am not even freaking exaggerating. It was beyond difficult and kind of dumb. If you're new here, hello and welcome. I am Libby, and I post everything about my weight loss, my mental health, just my journey with keto, and I really try to be as upfront and honest with you guys because I don't see a lot of people that I relate to wholeheartedly on the internet, and I just want to put the realities of a weight loss health journey onto the internet, and that is really what I'm trying to do this year, is be more authentically myself and give myself a little bit more grace. So let's just talk about February. To make this easier for me and to stay on track, let's take it into stages. So the beginning of February, I was doing really well. I was sticking to keto. And then I think it was like the first week and a half of February, I had some issues involving my son. And it really kind of triggered something for me that I didn't even know was a trigger until it happened. And I am always very upfront with you guys about mental health, anxiety, depression, things like that. And I do struggle with those things. And that is a lot of what took over for me in February. And it was triggered like right away in February. And I just never really regained control of it. And even to today, I am still struggling to stop referring back to that trigger. And so I completely went off of keto. I will put my little like tracker thing on the screen. All the red days are non-keto foods and all the green days are keto foods. I think there were more keto days than non-keto days, but there were a lot of non-keto days. So dealing with those things with my son, being put back in a place mentally where I haven't been for like 6 or 7 years, that was really, really hard. And here I go, already crying like 2 minutes into the video. So I didn't deal with my emotional eating. I didn't deal with my anxiety and my depression. I kind of let it consume me. And I didn't want to take care of myself for a little bit. I didn't want to care about what I put in my body because I was trying to care for him and my family. And I really felt like I hadn't been as, like I'm always present, but I felt like I hadn't been as present. And in the back of my mind, I was thinking, maybe it's because you're focusing on your own health and that's why you haven't been present. I know that's not true, but in the back of my mind, that's what it was saying. And so I just kind of was like, well, screw it. Why take care of yourself when you can't even take care of your family? So I just stopped eating keto and I just ate whatever I wanted, and it was going to be just a day. And then it turned into a while. Regained myself here. So yeah, I just reverted back to like way back to my old ways of stuffing my face of sweets and anything I wanted and just craving food and eating it even when I wasn't hungry. And I had kind of got control of it, and then I got food poisoning from a hard-boiled egg. I literally think I ate keto for like 3 days. I ate a hard-boiled egg and I got food poisoning. And the only things that I could keep down were the little Belvita crackers. And it took me a while to recover from that. But I was already in a very fragile place to where I let it be an excuse to continue not eating the right way. And to a degree, yes, my stomach needed some time to adjust to foods, but was I also using it as an excuse to eat the foods I wanted? 100%. So I just went off keto again. Like, I think I did it for 3 or 4 days, and then I went off of keto completely again. So discouraged, so disappointed in myself, and I don't know. Anyways, continuing, I kind of got back into it. I watched, a lot of inspirational videos. I watched a lot of different things. I kind of took a social media break because I was sitting there thinking to myself, everyone else can have these amazing, wonderful journeys that don't have such rough patches. At least they don't show the rough patches. And I was like, stop watching other people and being so concerned with what they're doing. So I got back into it. I did it really well for a whole entire week, and I was feeling amazing. Like, I felt good. My bloating had gone down. I felt in a really good place mentally. And then the stressors and the triggers came back, and I completely lost it again. My son, he had broke his arm in the middle of February. That's not what happened in the beginning of February, but he broke his arm in the middle of February, which was okay. That didn't really bother me or trigger me too much. And then he had surgery towards the end of February, and I don't know why that bothered me so much, but I was so stressed and so worried and just so on edge. I again turned to non-keto foods, and I thought I was going to start back March 1st, fresh and new. And today is March 2nd, and I have yet to find that balance or willpower. Yeah. So that's been my February. I have not stepped on the scale. I will not step on the scale right now because I feel like that could just be completely detrimental to my mental health and to any form of progress that I might gain back from this. And I don't know. I'm just at this place where I feel gross. I don't want to eat any more bad foods. And yet that's all I've been turning to are those bad foods. It just feels like comfort. It feels like nostalgia. And I've talked about this so many times. And it's insane what goes on in your head and the things that we just kind of push to the back. And then when something brings those to the light, it's like, oh crap, how do I deal with this? And you just revert back to your old ways. So I am working on figuring out how to get back to where I was, even in January, just eating dirty keto, because right now, dirty keto would be a hell of a lot better than what I'm doing. Yeah, I just feel like digging my own grave again, My health journey is so much more to me than just the weight. The weight is important to me, but it's to prevent type 2 diabetes. It's to prevent stroke. It's to prevent cancer. It's to prevent every ailment, and I don't even know, every ailment that's been in my family and things that have taken my family away from me so young. And I don't want to be the parent that my child has to take care of. That's what this journey to health means to me. And that's why I call this a journey to health, not a weight loss journey, because to me, it's just so much more than that. And this month has made that so apparent that I need to focus on the overall health and not just the weight loss. Obviously, there's still a lot of emotional eating that happens, a lot of binge eating, food addiction, and just anxiety and depression and man, life can snap you back to some dark places pretty quick, and it'll surprise you. So, if you're somebody who struggles with mental health, with depression, anxiety, you've had past traumas, I implore you to go talk to somebody. And yes, family and friends is amazing, but it needs to be deeper than that. And that's what my next steps are, is to seek out some form of counseling or therapy to help me work through these triggers and to help me have more success when these triggers come up, because they're going to happen. You know, things have happened in the past and we do have to move on. You know, the things that happen to us may not be our fault, but we are responsible for how we choose to cope with them and how we choose to handle them. And I am not proud of how I handled February at all. I am not proud of how I handled the stress. And my depression got the best of me. My anxieties got the best of me. And yeah. I also want to say that this is not a keto problem. It's not, you know, keto being too restrictive or keto being unsustainable or keto being a fad diet. This has nothing to do with the keto foods at all. This has to do with my mental health and all of those kind of things. Keto for me is sustainable. It does work, and it is one of my favorite things that I have ever tried in my lifetime. But I also have a lot of other things going on up here in this crazy little noggin that also hinder and kind of stump some of my progress. So you have to work on the whole, the foods, the mental, the physical, all of it goes together. So I hope that month 17 will be better. So far, not great, but I can turn it around at any point. I am in complete control of that. I just have to remind myself of that. Thank you guys so much for being here. I greatly appreciate your support, and you guys mean the world to me. If I didn't have you, I 100% would not still be on this journey. You guys hold me accountable and really show me why I want to reach the goals that I want to reach, and I just can't thank you all enough. But yes, I love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.